Hey everybody! Special thanks to our sponsor, Kinetic Impact Airsoft, and their upcoming event, Corporate Wars Blood Money 2. It's going to be at D14 Airsoft in Sanger, Texas, April 14th, 2024. If you use the link in the description below and code MUDDY down there, you will get $5 off your ticket. Every time you use the code and every time someone purchases a ticket, it does go to help the channel, which is going to be awesome, beneficial for me and Kinetic Impact. Also helps you to get a discount for the event. If you like the idea of a MilSim Light event, if you're new to the MilSim world and you're new to events and you don't want to do a 40-hour slogfest, it's just going to break you off, definitely give these guys a look. I think you're going to have a great time. Again, use code MUDDY at the link below, $5 off. Now on to the review. Hey everybody, welcome to another reviews. Today I'm reviewing a piece of budgetish gear, piece of definitely Airsoft specific gear. This is a Lancer Tactical chest rig pack combo, and it's in OD green, as you can see. This is definitely aimed for and towards Airsofters. It's got the tag on it still. Lancer Tactical set to win. This is actually coming to me from a buddy, from a friend of the channel, Crixus, with Kinetic Impact Airsoft. He actually recently had to replace the one he has. This buckle got blown out, so we'll talk about the buckles here in a minute. And he was replacing it and was asking me, hey, he's like, hey, buddy, man, you want to review this? I just got a new one. I'm going to replace it. I was like, yeah, man, I'll definitely review for the channel. I think people would like to see these. All right, first off, Lancer says this is 1,000 denier Cordura. This does not feel like 1,000 denier to me. To me, it feels less. I could be wrong, though. It might be 1,000. Just feels lighter to me for some reason. Maybe I just have a bias in my own mind already because I think it is feeling like it might be cheap. So maybe in my own head, I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel like 1,000. But it could be. But on their side, it does say 1,000. Right away, what do you have? You've got a simple chest rig. It is a simple MOLLE platform, rectangle, like a MAV or something of that nature, right on the front. That is your load bearing system. Get it unhooked. Let's talk about this first. Like I said, it's very similar to like a Tactical Tailor MAV or a Blackhawk rack or anything of that nature. Very old school, nothing fancy. It is two rectangles sewn together with a PALS field on the front and a map pocket that runs the entire footprint of the rig. No muss, no fuss, nothing crazy. The PALS field, the PALS grid on the front is 10 across. So you get 5 2-grid system across here. So you could easily run a triple shingle in the center, leaving you with 2 doubles on either end for a radio pouch that holds up, that takes up a 2 footprint, 2 PALS footprint, or another mag pouch, or some sort of GP with a 2 PALS footprint. It would have been nice to see Lancer go with 1 more PALS on either side to bring this out just 1 more inch on either side. That would have been nice to see, because then you could have had a triple in the center and then a spare 3 and 3, which would have gave you the ability to run GPs on either side of here. Just been a little bit more spacious and just a little more standard, I guess is the right term. But they gave you what they gave you. This is what you got. You could definitely run, I think it's 5, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 magazines, pouches straight across. So you could run 5 double mag pouches across the front of this, which is a decent amount of magazines for your BB warring needs. The buckles aren't great, as we already talked about at the very beginning of the video, because Crix has got his buckles shot out, and that's why he's replacing his. So if you were so inclined, you could Dremel all of these off and then replace them with repair buckles to put a little more robust, like ITWs on here or something. Not necessary. These things are about $30 to $40 brand new. They're pretty inexpensive. Their whole rig is about the cost of about one of these. So from Warrior Salt Systems, take it what you got. The material itself, they claim it's 1,000. To me, it feels almost like 330. I could be wrong. It is definitely PU coated. It's got a rubberized coating on the inside. Stitching's not horrible. It's like looks like double stitched all across the top here, and then yeah, it's double stitched on the sides and all the PALS field. So it's decently stitched. They did not chintz out on the stitching. It's stitched on all the stress points like you want it. Let's talk about the pack. So the pack is big. The pack can be worn separately as its own bag. You can take the bottom strap points here and buckle them together, and now you have the backpack. These center straps can be taken off separately and run it as a bag by itself, or you can hook it all up as a chest rig to it and have it all as a big combo. You have padded spacer mesh back here, and you have an air channel that kind of goes there. It's supposed to give you a little offset for your back from your back to help it breathe. That's kind of nice. I don't know how good this is going to be, but he seems to like it. He's a little bit of a battle cattle like me. He sweats a lot, and he says he really likes these. So take that for what it is. The straps are removable and adjustable. They are Velcro. That's how you would remove or adjust them. They're about 1.5 inches in width, right about. Yeah, about 1.5 inches wide. You do have some 1-inch elastic keepers on the side for hydration or cable management of some type. Most likely that's probably for hydration. They got the same thing going on these side straps. You got this elastic. I don't know why. I would rather have seen them put one wrap on here. It would have been a little smarter, but it's what it is. Whatever. Same thing at the bottom. You do have your little elastic cover for your tube right there. We'll get to that in a minute. You do have a drag handle. The drag handle I don't trust. It doesn't look like it goes all the way down. Looks like it's just sewn into the lip. So don't trust that, guys. If you're gonna, I would not want to get drugged by that. It'll probably tear away. The pack does have a large, generous loop field, as you can see. I've got a patch on there so you can see. I bet it's a 3x5. All the poles, are made of cordage, and they do have a nice little Lancer pull tab on them. So that's a nice touch. A lot of companies just do an overhand knot and call it good. They didn't do that. You have a little stash pocket right here. Fit a decent amount of stuff in there. It's finished out with some pack cloth inside, which goes into this larger pocket here. That's the pack cloth right there. And then, this pouch does not expand outward at all. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second when I compare this to the Krydex bag of similar design, but it's a little smaller. You have a envelope style stash pocket here. You can see that PU coated material there. Decent size. You can fit a okay amount of stuff in there. Then you've got your main compartment lid. It opens up halfway and it stops, and then that's all you got. So let's open the bag up. It is that expanding luggage style, like a Haley flat pack or a Krydex flat pack, whatever you're familiar with. So your bag does expand out to a decent amount of space. You can easily fit a helmet in there with no problem, and quite a bit of gear. Inside of here, you do have a plastic stiffener. I'm not going to mess with it too much. It's not my bag, and I don't want to warp it out of shape. You have a hydration little pocket right here for running a bladder, and you do have 2 bladder hooks right there. I know the Blackhawk bladders actually have little holes on the top of the bladders for hooks like this, so that's kind of a nice touch. Those don't seem too bad. Over time, these might break. I would rather have seen either small metal hooks or Velcro instead of these, because these can break, and once they break, you're kind of shut of luck. Like I said, you do have a hose pass-through right there. That's kind of nice. Also, it would have been nice to, instead of just one center-lined hose pass-through, to have seen them put hose pass-throughs maybe here and here, like on the edges, or center, side, inside, to give you options to route your hoses or antennas. But it's still nice that they have at least a one center-lined hose pass-through, because you can at least route it left or right from there. Pretty spacious, not too bad. Like I said, I was going to show you, this is the Krydex. It is smaller. They have overhand knots that they finished all theirs off with. This pouch here expands out. Like I said, this one doesn't. So on the Krydex, is it there? Yeah. It goes smaller, like about the size of this one. And then you can expand it out to make it bigger. But that just adds a million damn zippers on this thing, so. But it does expand it out a little bit. So it's not too bad. The Krydex has removable straps and a MOLLE field, so you can MOLLE this on. This cannot do that, but as you can see, this guy's considerably larger than the Krydex. This is like a backpack. This is like a small little day sack. So not too bad. This was definitely envisioned and designed to be used for HPA players. A lot of the descriptions I read on it specifically said that. It was like, hey, HPA guys, check this thing out. It was talking about tanks and using it with HPA tanks and tank sizes. So that's kind of cool. Definitely check out the description. There will be a link It'll be an Amazon link because that's where I found these. I also have a link to Lancer's website. There'll be a link, Amazon affiliate link because I can, and why not? Maybe get a few pennies off this, help the channel. I found these on Amazon. I did find them on Lancer's website, so I'll have a few different links to where you can grab one of these if you were so inclined. But I also, by going to those, it'll give you the nomenclature of what Lancer kind of envisioned these to be for. They definitely aim these at Airsofters. Definitely were aiming these at HPA players because they were talking specifically about HPA tanks and tank sizes. But these would be good for an average milsim player, especially someone going to what I call like a milsim light. Not necessarily something like a milsim west, where it's like a very big, long milsim event, but a milsim event, something like, I don't know, American Milsim or Kinetic Impact Airsofts, Blood Money, something like that. One of those games where they're milsim games that are kind of like getting you into the idea of what a milsim is. They usually last either one whole day or 2 days, but they do break, and you don't go 40 hours straight. They'll break for the day. You'll hang out, get some dinner, get some rest, and then start back up the next day. But this, what it does is it gives you the ability to carry all the stuff you need for the entire day of play. Because when those milsim events do play, they play all day, and then you break for the day. You don't break in the middle of the day. It's not like a skirmish where you take multiple breaks between games or take lunch. Those games play all day long. They start at like 8 a.m. and they break at like 7 p.m. So it's an all-day affair. So with something like this, you can carry all your lunch, snacks, everything, BBs, everything you're going to need for the day of play. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for something that's going to get you the ability to kind of carry a lot of kit into the field for a medium-sized milsim event or long day of play, and you don't want to have to go back to your car a lot, or you just don't want to worry about like constantly refitting and you want to carry a bunch of BBs and extra gas and shit out into the skirmish field, something like this might be for you. I don't know if it's something for me per se, but it's not a bad piece of kit, especially for 40 bucks. If you are new to the game, you get yourself $200 Lancer gun that gives you a battery, high cap. You grab yourself one of these kits from them. This gives you the ability to MOLLE on a pouch or two to carry a couple of high caps and MOLLE on some water, hydration, and you're good to go for the whole weekend. You're good to go to play, and it's a good way to get you started in the game. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. As always, LARP smarter, not harder. Get out there, play some Airsoft, be a bunch of nerds, and hopefully I'll see you on the field. Peace.